Face yoga. Hey y'all, welcome to episode 225 of Consignment Chats. I just got the girls because I had to put it on record because we were talking about our face wrinkles and crinkles and doing face yoga. So I thought, what better way to start this episode off than showing you our face yoga?
Well, I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to do it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do a little research. I said face yoga. I don't necessarily know what that is.
And then you started making those faces.
I'm gonna do a little research and get us on the face yoga train.
All right. So y'all stay tuned for an upcoming episode where we actually learn about face yoga and show you some demonstrations.
We should make it a come learn with us in the Patreon.
We should make it a come learn with us in the Patreon.
Okay, guys, episode 225. We've got Samantha at Libby's. If you're on podcast, you're not getting to see them side by side, shoulder to shoulder, slightly overlapping, loving each other. Yes, they are together at Libby's house, and then tomorrow night they'll be here at my house. Actually, they'll be here at my house that night. So we get more together time, which makes us very happy. But today we are going to do an episode. We are going to dive a little deeper on getting over your distracted self, because we did our episode last week, but after listening to it, which we loved the episode, we thought we need to dive a little deeper with some more solid suggestions and ways to help yourself, which y'all, I'm ready because I've been working on this all week. While I was sick this past week, that was one of the things that I was able to focus on while lying down and feeling like crap. So I'm ready to help some people out. I'm ready to help some friends out.
And if you have not listened to last week's episode, I know I say this all the time, but we keep recording some of my favorite ones. I love that episode so much.
It's because I scripted it.
Oh, it's because of your script. Yeah. I mean, that was an amazing script together.
Yeah. 5 lines scripted. Yeah. Yeah. I laugh because all of these YouTubers that I watch and try to educate myself on, and all the organization people, they all do scripts and they all have their like Kanban way of how they go through their content. And like, we just shoot from the hip here. We're just C-chats. We just show up and we pick a topic and we just
chat.
We're us and you get what you get.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully it's working. Hopefully y'all are all happy. Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you'd like us to script something more professional and outlined and go wrote by script. Let us know.
Or you can go back and listen to one of our old episodes and get a flavor for what it's like when we're scripted.
I don't recommend it. Just enjoy just enjoy the nail rides. Just enjoy it. All right, before we get started on this deep dive of getting over our distracted selves, y'all, tell me about your week. My week, I'm going to start because I was sick. So
tell me about your week. Let me talk.
Let me talk because mine's going to be quick.
I kind of did that.
My week, all in all, was not great. I didn't feel well, but I did list like a fool over the weekend. And so I did do great that way. But yeah, I missed out on a lot of things I wanted to get done this week because I wasn't feeling well. But tell me about your week, kids.
You felt well enough to still go sourcing this weekend, though, right? Like you got it.
I was feeling better
before that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I felt better Saturday.
Thousands of dollars worth of inventory this weekend. It was insane because I was like pulling the numbers because I look at like how much we list a week, how much I list, how much Molly lists. And I was like, I didn't quite hit my numbers. And I was like, how is our number like this high? Which was like $8,000 or something. And I'm like, it was like all Molly over the weekend. She
like outlisted you.
Oh, she... Yeah, totally.
I did.
Yeah.
I was feeling better Saturday, so I rocked it out. Nick and I rocked it out. We had an amazing estate sale. Stay tuned for that video coming out because we got some bangers.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited.
But are there still clothes hanging downstairs in the entryway?
There are only 3 items left hanging downstairs.
10%.
All right. Yeah, right.
10%.
There's always going to be 10%.
There's got to be 10% left. That's the rule.
All right.
All right. Enough of you and your 10%. Enough of it. It's funny because I was cleaning up and organizing because that was one of my list things to do this weekend before our mastermind meeting, our Patreon mastermind meeting tomorrow. One of my things was to get the unlisted inventory organized. And I laughed because a lot of what I was organizing was 10% of what was a tub of something.
That's what you do. You gotta like go around and clean everything. You gotta tidy up all the 10%.
All the 10% get together and they make quite a lot of percents, by the way.
Well, then you can do 90% of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you finally listed all of the car parts?
No, those were some of the 10% I moved over. But listen, here's my excuse, because Libby knows I'm the best excuse maker in the entire world. I master this. We should do a master episode on how to make the best excuses and get through life.
Justifications. If we needed justification for something,
I'm your girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm your girl. I can justify anything. Anyway, I like to mix up what I list. I don't want to list all the car parts at one time. I like to sprinkle them in along the way because I feel like it keeps my algorithm going.
Right, but you got them almost a year ago. So
I mean, the algorithm is sprinkled and going, and like you've done that.
I know, and I'm still sprinkling. It's working.
I love it.
All right, let's get off of me and talk about y'all. How was your week, kids?
I finished up the miniatures I got at the auction, which is like my favorite thing to do. I love them, but they've been sitting there for months because I just couldn't get to them.
You just couldn't do that last 10%.
No, it was pretty much all of it. Yeah, and it was a couple of them have already sold. My steamer trunk items, like the Victorian clothing. Yes. I mean, I'm only have a couple pieces left of it. That was so profitable. I loved that. And so interesting, so fun. Yeah. And I was dreading kind of like photographing it and researching it, but it was so much fun. So much fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I made it here. So there's that. It was like a 13.5-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
13 and a half hours, y'all. Samantha drove from her house.
I mean, I have to stop like every 100, 150 miles to pee. Like that's a given. So my husband is like, why are you stopping so much? And I'm like, leave me alone, okay?
We'll be
well hydrated.
Perfect on the way to North Carolina. My kids actually bought me socks that say, because I'm so annoying on a car trip, I have to pee.
There we go.
Perfect. Maybe you can wear one and I can wear one.
Nick needs one too. He needs a pair of those. That's him. I told y'all the story about our first trip to Disney when Cal was like 4. First time we ever took him to Disney. And we were having a what was your favorite ride discussion at the final dinner before we all left. It was my mom, my cousins. We were all there for Cal's first Disney trip. And Cal goes, Daddy's favorite ride was the potty. And we all busted out laughing because
that's great.
Gotta go every hour.
So what else went on?
My map is almost filled. Almost.
Oh.
I got what do you have left?
This filter on here just all.
Yeah, you're all filtered out. Like you're filtered and I'm not. What the heck is up with that?
I got double.
Look at her. Her face.
Yeah,
is
she's got double filter, and
I don't even have a face anymore.
We got Libby in the raw. Libby's in the raw. I'm always in the raw. And then Samantha's soft and filtered and so soft and beautiful.
I feel weird sitting next to you.
It's very weird. I feel like a cartoon.
I could turn it off.
My map.
What do you have left in your calendar?
No, my map. So my map. I have West Virginia. Who would have thought that West Virginia would be the last one? Like
West Virginia.
I haven't sold anything in West Virginia.
We'll be traveling through there tomorrow. Maybe you can hand out some business cards.
Right? Sell something on your way.
I'm just gonna hand $20 to some nice lady and say, "Here, buy yourself something nice from sortingwithsamantha.com." That's
West Virginia. How is that possible?
I don't know. I got Alaska and North Dakota. Those are my last 3. It was West Virginia, Alaska, and North Dakota. I sold car parts to the other 2.
All right.
Because those rugged guys up there love car parts.
Mm-hmm.
And West Virginia.
Crazy.
We're going to take care of that tomorrow.
I never started a second map. I never printed another one out to do. And I probably could have already filled another one by now. Who knows?
You'll never know. You'll
We'll
have
never
to start
know.
one. You didn't
Doesn't
start
count.
one
I did
either.
not.
We're on the 1 a year kind of thing. How quick in that year can you get it filled out?
I want to know how many I can get done in a year.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have to backtrack so far.
All right. Well, since that's the competition I'm in, let's do it.
Next layer of the competition.
Libby wants to
Everybody let us know if you are following along with your Consignment Chats map, and if you're filling it, how it's going, where are your holdout states. I know Jill was getting frustrated. She had a couple left, and she's like, I haven't had any new ones in weeks. But I was the same way. I didn't fill in a state for like a month, and then all of a sudden I got Alaska and North Dakota in like the same week. So
it's coming. It's coming. My holdout was Rhode Island for the longest time. And then finally I got that teeny weeny itty bitty little speck.
Mine was Wyoming.
Yeah, Nick called that one. Nick thought Wyoming was going to be everybody's tough one.
Well, there's only 5 people that live there. So
yeah, like
somehow we also So yeah, drove here, and it was a long drive all by myself, but it was good. Everybody missed the private concert. I don't know, when people don't ride with me, they don't get to hear everything from Eminem to Sawyer Brown to AC/DC. It's not.
Well, we're looking forward to it as we drive to Nashville.
Oh yeah. Molly doesn't let me play my music, but that's okay.
Well, we're going to Nashville. I might let a little twangy come out just to get into the setting of Nashville. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a big country fan, but I do like the indie folk music. So, yeah.
We might have to just scroll the actual radio stations in the area as we're driving there. There's some
I've ever used the radio in my car.
Oh, there's some funky twangy stations on there.
When's the last time you used the radio? Jeez.
All the time.
Samantha's like yesterday.
All the time. No, I do have Sirius XM now, but
I should have changed the name to Libby and Samantha. I wasn't even.
That's okay. I'm not even here.
Samantha's not even here on the screen. It's just Molly and Libby. This little fuzzy filtered thing that sits on your shoulder there.
So I want to chat about Easter for a second because it was weird.
Oh, I forgot that was even
right. You forgot it was a thing. Like half of my family was like not even present. It's like people didn't really celebrate it. Like a lot of people didn't really do anything this year. I don't know if it's because it's so late in April. Like I
feel like last year was
weird.
Really last year was even later. I think.
All right.
So let us know in the comments how you celebrated, if you celebrated Easter. I think the other thing is none of our kids, like we don't have little kids.
Yeah.
Maria was gone to Florida with her dad and stepmom, and they did their whole thing. Like Easter used to be a big deal when I had tiny kids.
Gosh. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it would normally fall closer to spring break. So then you're doing like things in conjunction. We celebrated Easter in many different states because we would just take a vacation. But,
that's nice.
And then we'd have to go meet the Easter Bunny at Walmart. That's what we would tell her as we left her with her sister or somebody. We'd be like, we're going to go meet the Easter Bunny so we can tell him what you like because this Easter Bunny doesn't know you like the other one does. And then we would go and get all her stuff for the next morning.
That's funny.
That's fun.
But yeah, this year was weird. I mean, I know back home there was only like 3 people at my family Easter. So
yeah.
And it was all ladies this year at ours and my dad. He was surrounded. He was surrounded. Yep. It was funny. Yeah.
He's still recovering today. We haven't seen him yet.
Poor thing. And you just brought yet another woman to come and give him a hug and say, hey.
Yes. Don't worry. Yes. He treats us no differently than men.
Perfect.
Like in his mind, it's just, there's no distinction.
All right.
I don't know why, but.
Okay.
I mean, damn it. Men and women are different.
I don't know. We're still working on getting you that beard. So we'll see.
I know. I'm working on one over here.
You can have a little bit of mine. Yeah.
Got one working on. All right, y'all. I'm excited you'll be at my house by the time people are listening to this. We'll all 3 be together. That excites me like no other because I love it when we're all together because we have so much fun. And
Yeah,
Nick gets
and let's
we're
we're going to talk about the
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we have something exciting coming up this week here. We have a Come Learn with Us this week in our Patreon group. And it's going to be all about driving your business in the right direction and activity matrix with Jason the Santee Swapper. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So if you're a member level 2 or higher in our Patreon group, this is open to you. He has a presentation ready. He has been researching and putting it together and using it. It's just how to prioritize your tasks, like with the things that are going to drive you forward in your business. It's about being productive, not busy. Yeah. So I'm so excited.
I am too,
because he awesome.
He started a couple months ago with a different type of matrix, and he's done so much research and stuff that he's like, I have other things to show you guys about this one. I was like, oh, okay. Yep. We're going to be learning with everybody.
Yep. You're ready to level up. You want to be there. You absolutely want to be there. These Come Learn with Us are fantastic because it's not recorded. You do have to be there live.
Yes.
Because we ask very personal questions about our businesses, and a lot of times we'll share numbers or share screens and ask each other's opinion. So it is very, personalized. Everybody will have time to talk and ask questions and really just take what he's saying and mold it to how it can best serve them. Yeah.
Hey y'all, welcome to Consignment Chats. This is Molly, and I'll be joined by my co-hosts Libby and Samantha.
On that note, that's the perfect segue into the main topic of this episode. Ladies, get over your distracted self. Oh my gosh.
Just get over it.
I'm going to start by telling y'all I have distracted myself so much in the last 2 weeks, really since year 2 of the 12-week year started, on finding the perfect organizer, to-do list, task list that works for me. And I don't want to jinx it, but by God, I think I found it. More to come on that in the future. But
I'm glad you found it. But that is a valid point. How many times do we hear, well, I do this type of journal, or I do this type of planner, or I do whatever, but I haven't filled out yet. I haven't got it ready yet. I haven't set it up yet. And you're like, it's February and you wanted to start that January 1st. I don't know what you're...
What's happening?
Because it has to be perfect.
I don't have the right stickers or the right colored pencil or
Right. No, I did that once. I bought a beautiful, I think I just said that on the last episode, this beautiful journal that I custom had done, and it came with a little matching pen holder, and it was so pretty. And I think there's 3 weeks of it were filled out, and we just recycled the entire thing that I paid, I don't know, probably $60 for, right? Online for this beautiful thing. And it got recycled. Yeah.
Not to be confused, but with this work of art.
Oh, no. That's a whole different ballgame.
I just want to mention this because this is a distraction buster, this daily intention journal. Like, this is where you want to be. This is available in our Amazon store.
Look at you. Good job.
Yeah. But I mean, this is key for me to fill out every single morning. It is amazing. Look
That's my name.
Yeah, look what I'm grateful for today, Samantha. But look, you can have up to 3 priorities that helps you, slow down and really focus in. And your daily quote, your word of intention, which energy flows where intention goes. You have the opportunity to create your day. So why not start it with this? Create your day, make it happen, and keep referring back to your priority list.
Yeah, and something we've been talking about a lot is celebrating a win every day. Like, a lot of people, even if you get distracted, even if you're running around, don't feel like you accomplished much, taking that time at the end of the day or even the next morning to reflect and see what you did accomplish and what you did, get a win out of the day can really help shift things more into a positive direction. And then also, it just helps you reflect on what you did accomplish and you did do. And it's more motivating to keep doing the wins.
Every single thing you read or listen to or the research all points to, that is the best motivation you can get, is celebrating a small win. Like it's a
Yeah.
big deal. And people in our group requested that we do it more often in our motivation in minutes, but there is sometimes a lot of resistance to celebrating the wins, a lot of uncomfortable moments, maybe not now, but like in the beginning, a lot of uncomfortable moments. Well, like, I don't want to brag. I don't want to give myself credit for that. I don't want to, it was super uncomfortable to say, hey, I did this and I'm really proud of myself. Now we built it out.
Or it was a really small thing, or I can't think of anything. Well, I'm sure. Let's run.
One of our favorites to tell people that say that is you showed up.
Yes.
You showed up.
Like, that's a win. You got up this morning and you got to our motivation in minutes. Like, that's huge. Way to get up and get here. Like, that started.
And you know what they say about showing up? It's 90% of everything. I think that's Molly's thing.
See?
Showing up is 90%. 90.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
That's huge.
What she said. All right. I'm getting us back to the main track here. I don't know where I put those videos. I did not make a big video of it, but I did an office reset. And that's what I want to start with is our number one thing to help you fight the distraction is create a dedicated workspace that is as clutter-free as you can make it. And when I say that, that doesn't mean like I have things on the shelf over here, but where I normally face to work is very minimalist because I can't have even the pretty thing of pins that I thought I wanted a year ago when I redid this and the pretty paper stack. It was a distraction. It was an absolute distraction for me. So if you are somebody that gets easily distracted when you're working, minimalize your work surface. Take only the absolute necessities to get done what you need to get done and have those on your work surface.
I heard years ago this thing where they were talking about very successful CEOs, and it's just always I think about it all. I still think about it all the time. And like the one thing, there was a couple of things they had in common. One was like they were tall. Two was like martial arts. A lot of them practice martial arts. But the third one was sorry.
Waking up at 5 a.m.
I could have left all of that out.
I'm just imagining Libby like on stilts practicing martial arts now. Like, I'm gonna be the best.
The third one was their desk. If you look at their desks, they are almost always clean, clear. The one thing they are working on is in front of them, and they are very focused on it. So I always, when my desk gets out of control, I always think about those very successful, tall, martial arts CEOs. And I think, all right, well, I'm not going to do the martial arts. I'm not going to be tall, so I can at least keep my desk clear.
Take care of the things you can control.
That is in my control. The other two, well, I guess the martial arts could be, but
you're a cycling badass.
You're a cycling badass. I like that. I like that. Another thing, Libby, I remember on our older episodes you talked about that I like and want to re-mention to people if they're working from home and having a hard part of figuring out your boundaries is making sure as you have your clear, dedicated workspace that there's also a way that it can cut you off from the rest of the world. Where there's a door to close or a way to make it where when you're working, everybody knows you're working. Because when you're home, we've seen it live on our episodes where Libby's family will come walking right into her workspace in the middle of recording and be like, "Hey, do you want me to bring you lunch?" You know, she's like, "I'm recording." To setting those when you dedicate that workspace to try to somehow set a boundary, especially if you have young children, small children, even teenage children at home, that they know that space is dedicated and that time, if that door is closed or that thermometer's tagged on your door or whatever you have, that's your work time and not to jump in on that.
I love the stoplight idea.
Yeah.
Like red, green. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
red and green, and they know like, hey, can't interrupt, or yes, you can't. Yes, I'm free now to chat or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. But the other thing with that, so you have the physical boundary, but then I'm just going to talk about this for a second because I think it's really important that if you are not respecting your own boundaries,
Yes.
and you're loose with your you cannot expect another person to respect them. So you got to start with this.
You
like,
can't
right
be loose with
here.
yourself, or everybody
Can't
else
be
is going to
loose.
think you're loose too. That's just
True that.
Yeah,
True
you
that.
have to really own it and know what you're doing is important and that it deserves a boundary. I think like people that are just getting into this kind of business have a really hard time respecting their work and respecting their time. It is important. You need to feel that, and then it'll become much easier once you have the boundaries to tell other people what they are and communicate that. So you got to start here and then make the boundaries.
It's so true. Even just during the day, Bill will be like, well, what do you have going on? When are you in your office? Like what? And we do our rundown. And if I say, well, I have this, and this, and he'll be like, oh, okay, I'll leave you alone for that time. Oh, no, that's fine. I mean, we can still do this and that. When I start getting wishy-washy, that's when because then how is he supposed to know when it's okay to interrupt and when it's not? I need to stick with it. No, I will be in my office. Don't bother me till 3. Like,
and I think women have a harder time with that, right? Because we're always like trying to please everybody else and just be accommodating. Like I'm I'm too accommodating, and I struggle. So that can be a very tough one for me because I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to somebody feel like they're not wanted or they're not. Supposed to
well,
be.
You can always set dedicated work hours. You know what I mean? Like these, when from 9 to 11, you can't interrupt me. I am working. Consider me at the office. I will not. My notifications are turned off. You know, unless there's a fire or you're bleeding, I'm working. You know, and I have known a lot of people who do that, and they set even though they work from home, they have what is their dedicated work time. I work from 9 to 11, and then I work from 2 to 4, and those are the times that I am unchangeable. Don't mess with me because I am focused.
Right.
Focused. So, and that
I have on my door a little sign that I flip. Like right now, I would show it to you, but if I took it off the door, somebody would walk in. It's just like
your dad's next door with binoculars, just waiting.
They're all looking out the window.
The red and green sign, and one side says "Do not enter or knock. I am recording," and the other side is blank, so they know that they can't come in.
That's
You could on the other side. You'd be like I'm not recording. You can knock. It's okay. I don't show you.
No, the other side is just blank. It should say enter at your own risk.
There we go.
That's what it should say.
Libby.
Yeah. I think the other thing, Libby, that you do really well with, and I'm going to start trying to do this with my new way that I found, is the time blocking. You set a timer. Setting timers is everything. This is my pretty timer because everything has to be pretty. Can I tell you how many hours? It's perfect, isn't it?
In fact, don't anybody start time blocking until you have the perfect, beautiful matching timer.
Correct. You have to order this first.
Okay.
In fact, if you go to consignmentchats.com, we have a couple of our favorite timers that we use in our Amazon store. And yes, we do get a little.
My favorite Amazon timer.
Yes, is what?
I just tell Alexa, set timer for X amount of minutes.
Yep, you can use that. You can there's the Pomodoro, like if anybody knows like the Pomodoro technique. They have like some cube timers you flip over that have different times on each side. Those can be really helpful.
I think we have one of those in our Amazon store too, if I'm not mistaken.
Those are good for when you don't know where to start. You don't know what you're just like, okay, I'm going to spend 15 minutes on whatever thing next or whatever.
I never thought about doing that. Like kind of like a magic 8 ball.
I'm going to do that corner for 15 minutes or whatever it says. And then,
I like that.
There you go.
Because I don't like routine things. So that would make it like a little fun for me.
And I think that's a huge part of distraction too, is people don't know where to start or what to start with because they're so overwhelmed by everything around them or everything that they have to do or everything that. So I think, first of all, the brain dump like you do.
The brain dump. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me
Get yourself a notebook.
What was on the notebook before the brain dump?
I don't remember.
Okay. It's gone. It was
I
dumped.
don't know. I dumped it.
squish out.
And just get all that stuff that's floating around your head that's distracting you, that you don't even know is distracting you. Like last night, I had to do this because I was like, oh God, I got to pack. I got to put the stores on vacation. I had to figure out like recording. I have to do the laundry, shipping, packing. Oh my gosh, Jason's come learn with us.
Well,
like,
we can take that off.
Yeah, I can cross a lot of this stuff off now.
But
But I did a good reseller reflection that I'll link up in the show notes on brain dump and some effective strategies to do it.
Yeah. So, one thing I've started doing this year 2 of the 12-week year that has really helped for me is I do my week long, like, every Sunday night when we do our reseller reset, I set up all my tasks for the week. But now every morning I'm getting up and I'm writing down the to-do list of what things I have to get done today and prioritizing those for the must-dos today. And I just pen to paper write that down every morning. And it's really been a game changer. Before I was trying to do everything on the computer, and I've always been a pen to paper girl, but I do like some of the things I use for the planning on the computer. And I found this is the perfect way. All the main things and my productivity is tracked on that one app. But every morning I just go ahead and write them down. Like, these are the things I have to do, boom, boom, boom. And it's right there and I knock it off. And it really helps me in the morning wrap my brain around what is just that particular day.
Right.
The must do's.
Yeah. And that's a good point. Like, pen to paper is something that is proven to be more effective. I do mostly everything on the computer, but like when I had to do this is going on a piece of paper. There's something that reinforces that in your brain when you're actually writing stuff down, which I wonder what that means for like kids today, like just learning on computers.
I don't know. I mean, I had to write all my notes when I was a kid. I would write my notes once, like as class was happening, and then I would write them again prettier and then prettier again. Mm-hmm. And I would focus on them being pretty, but really it was just the repetitiveness of writing them was me studying. Yeah. Maria still does that, even though it's a tech world. So.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, because she learns the same way. Yeah.
Well, that's why I think I've found that writing for sure in the morning, doing that, as I get up and get in here and do my little morning routine is first thing, pop that out and just, pull up my main calendar, but write down these are the must-haves today and put them in writing and just have them right there. It just makes it easy.
Well, and I think not dwelling. So we have our priorities and, you write down 3 priorities and you do your thing. And there's a lot of times the next day we're like, oh, we did like 2.5 of them, but I really need to finish that last one. Don't dwell on that. Don't see it as like a failure. Just put it as your top priority the next day and regroup. Like, it doesn't have to be a, oh my gosh, and then dwell on what didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, the whole concept of like dwelling in the past and worrying and beating yourself up is a huge distraction. Distraction. Oh, well, I didn't. Oh, you know what? It's today. It's a fresh start. It's of no consequence.
Yeah.
What happened yesterday? Like that was yesterday. You got to just keep moving forward.
Learn from it and move on. What kept you from doing that? Don't do that today. Move on.
Heck yeah. No beating yourself up.
I'm distracted at the moment because I was so focused on my to-do list this morning and excited to start getting stuff done on the to-do list that I clearly need to start putting my take your morning meds on my to-do list because it's now almost 11 and I should have taken this at 8:00. And as we're talking, I'm like, I was so into doing my to-do list and my other stuff. Oh no. So I'm distracted at the moment because I'm taking my medicine while we're doing this.
Breaking news.
Shocker.
Oh,
Shocker.
geez. I thought I was in control of the ticker today.
Libby,
Samantha's on my iMac.
Libby
Look
gave
out.
me the mouse.
She's got the magic mouse now. Look out.
Took me a minute.
I didn't even, I was like, how do you even know how to do that? It's so different.
Don't know. It is very weird.
All right, here we go. Distraction, probably number one for everyone is your phone.
Yes.
This little guy right here. Right here. Yep.
I've gotten really good at ignoring people on my phone.
I've been working on that for a long
She
time.
ignores me all the time.
I do. She's like, I was trying to call you, and I was like, I had to finish what I was working on. And I called you 10 minutes later. Chillax.
Yeah. And I
No,
think
but I need to know.
like we're so used to that immediate, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Samantha, why haven't you texted me back? It's been like 30 seconds.
Right?
Yeah, and it's not good. I mean,
It can
think
be
about
dangerous. My husband will make decisions on his own if I don't talk to him immediately.
Oh.
And sometimes that's hard. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
I don't need him making his own decisions. I need him to call me.
Oh,
So
boy.
it's been very empowering for him too, because he can make his own decisions. He can figure out what kind of laundry detergent we need if ours is out of stock. It's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. The world will run it.
Well, I think one of the big things for me with the phone, I actually walked away from it so much the other day that I couldn't find it for the longest time. I left it behind, and then I was like, oh my gosh, now I can't find it. And I turn my ringer off all the time because of distractions. So I always shut my ringer off. And so I couldn't even like, hey, Nick, call my iPhone. I
Now,
did finally find it.
will your watch, when you do like a Find My Phone on your watch, will that, even if mine is silenced, my Find My Phone thing will work?
I thought mine worked too when mine was silenced to find your phone.
I've never tried that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I use mine at least once a day. I lose one of the phones.
I'm actually really worried now because I didn't realize I didn't bring my watch. I forgot. So yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, here's the good news.
My silenced phone.
Here's the good news about not knowing I can do that with my watch. I got a lot of extra steps in while trying to find my phone. That was good. I was all over the place. But turning your notifications off is huge, I think, because those notifications can drive you nuts. And, you know, they pop up. It depends on what you have them set for. But if you're a reseller on many platforms, I mean, you could have notifications for every platform that you cross list to, and every or when I first got back into Etsy, it was crazy. All the such and such favorited, and I'm like, did they buy it? Because that's really all I care about. I had to go through and
send them an offer if they favorited. That's all set up separately. So yeah, I put those off too.
Even the silly little favorited things were, you know, pinging through, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I got to change this. So that's one of the big things I always recommend people go through your notifications and have them done. And you can set your focus and your disruption on your phones too, and make it, as we talked last time, where only certain people can get through. Like if you know you want your spouse in an emergency to get through, or like I know our sleep, when we go to sleep, if we are on sleep and we call one time, it immediately goes to voicemail. But if you turn around and call the second time, then it'll go through. So, you know, you tell your spouse and your child, if it's an absolute emergency, call back to back and it'll come through the second time. And then that lets us know, okay, I got to pick this up. But silencing your phone, silencing those notifications. And I mean, I know some people that put them in a box, have a cute little box on your table and stick that phone in your box. And
I know we do like listing. I do everything on my phone.
That's what I was going to say. Let's talk about your technique.
Yeah.
I love this.
I just cross list from my computer, but on my listing, everything, I mean, when I snap pictures all the way to the end where it's live on my website and Shopify, all on my phone. I can do it in like 2 to 3 minutes. That is really hard, even when things are silenced. Some things are still popping up. Some things are. So I have an old broken phone. The screen was cracked. That doesn't matter for listing. The camera is still amazing. So I use that phone. I need to get in a better habit of that. But I have that in my office. I charge it every night. It's on the charger. And that way I can just grab it. And I don't have Facebook on it, which is annoying when I want to list my auction items. But that's okay. That's okay. But it just has Consign Cloud lists perfectly, and Photo Room. That's it. Those are the only things on there. It has a motivational background, like you can do this, keep going, or whatever. And that's it. There's no extra screens. There's no extra apps. There's no notifications. There's no nothing. I just list on there. And that helps a lot. I will then go and put my phone in my bedroom. So it's not even in the same room. I can't see the screen light up or nothing. It's gone.
Yeah. And if you don't have like an older phone, you can buy a refurbished one for like hardly anything with a really nice camera on it. Like
even my day-to-day phone, it's a Samsung A54. I researched like crazy. This was the same as getting a Samsung S22 or whatever number they were on at the time. The processor is slightly different, but the camera and everything else is exactly the same. It cost me $170. And they have much cheaper ones out there, too.
I was going to say, yeah, you
much
can get one under 100 easy.
But I mean, like, this is my everyday fancy phone.
Oh, yeah.
Not even just a work phone. So they're much cheaper now. You don't have to fall for fancy brand names.
No. All right. So social media, that's a huge distraction. If you don't want to be a lunatic like me and go on a social media diet, there are other options. I highly recommend the diet. But not for you guys, because you guys got to do all the social media.
Not for y'all, because I need you to post for us, please.
Right. And then tell me what everybody's saying about those posts and keep me filled in on all of it. But right. See, earlier when Molly was like, you need to watch that for me and just tell me the nuggets. You kind of do that with social media.
Oh, all right. So she's getting back at me with the Mel Robbins podcast. I get it. All right.
Bring a little back here. That's all. Just give me a little back.
Yeah, you do the social media on the podcast. We're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Social media is clearly a huge distraction, especially when you're somebody like myself or Samantha, people who own their own business without partners. And you do have a social presence for your business, you obviously have to get on there in order to interact with the people that are following you, in order to post more things on your social media. I think the biggest thing is a time limit. I think you just need to set a time limit and go, I've got 15 minutes, a couple of times a day that I get on there. That's when I make my post. That's when I respond to my comments. And
that's
maybe have a morning time. Yeah, maybe have a morning time and an afternoon time, so you don't leave anybody hanging too long. If you've got a partner, I mean, Samantha and I've never done this, but we could do that. I got the mornings, you get the afternoon, so we're each only doing 15 minutes. I do the morning 15, you do the afternoon 15. But the biggest thing is to set the timer. I have done a real good. I shouldn't say real good. I've done a much better job over the last several weeks of saving nighttime for the time that I go on Facebook and all to see what family and friends are doing, versus during the day, I only go on there with the focus of being in the consignment chats parts of those apps, not my personal. And then in the evening, I switch over into my personal account and we'll see what's going on with, family and friends. And I've done a much better job of doing that Monday through Friday this time, to kind of differentiate.
That's a serious struggle. So if you need to use it for your business, set a timer, set a time block for yourself, like put it on your flipping schedule. Yeah. Set it, do it if it's for the business. Now, what if it's just something you enjoy during the day?
Make it a reward. That can be one of your break times.
Cut your hands off. It's not. No, yes. A reward. That's an awesome idea.
Yes. If you do 50-minute time block on the hour, 50, like you have an hour, maybe you're 10 minutes at the end. Like one of our Patreon members spends it crafting every hour. She spends 10 minutes crafting. It could be social media if that's what you really love. Mm-hmm. But time it, work it into your day. It's a reward. It's not, there's an end time to that. You're not just getting down and Aunt Sally, she has a new recipe for those cookies. And and Uncle
Now I want to throw this out. What you're saying right now is great. I'm going to be the other side of that when I say, okay, I've got 10 minutes to craft. The hardest part of that 10 minutes to do something like crafting or doom scrolling on your phone is to really cut it off when it's cut off time, especially if you're doing something like crafting and you're in the middle of painting something and then you just have to drop the brush and move on. Yes, You just
Yeah.
have to drop the brush and move on. Yes, you do. And I know
Don't fool
because
yourself and not use a timer. Even those of you that hate timers, if you hate a timer, have a song that's 10 minutes, have a playlist that's 10 minutes long. If you can't stand the timer, like have a playlist.
If you have a
that plays for
song
that
that's
long.
10 minutes long, I would like you to share it with us in the comments because I need to
Playlist,
know what
playlist.
songs.
a meatloaf or one. There's probably like a meatloaf song that's 10 minutes long, or
How long is
Led
American
Zeppelin?
Pie? That's
I
pretty
was
long.
going to say American Pie.
I don't think it's 10
Led
minutes.
I was a
Zeppelin. I'm
restaurant
sure
at
Led
like
Zeppelin.
3 or something.
Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd. I'm sure they've got a 10-minute song somewhere.
If
I'm
you
sure.
go back to
Wait, you're getting distracted. You're getting distracted.
I'm
Just
sure
find
they
a
have.
playlist that's 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever your time is, and do that if you can't stand a timer. Timer's the easiest. Hey,
And I want to remind
Right.
something that way back when we had Holly Davis on our show back in the early days, and she was helping us with this very thing, time management and productivity and all that good stuff. One of the things that she really had me change my mindset on, and I still struggle, I still have to remind myself, is that success isn't the completion of the item. It's I did my best during the time I allotted for that item. So if you are a time blocking person or you're setting a timer for something and say you're going to paint watercolor, the success of that 10-minute break isn't that you completed that painting or finished with that particular color blend. It's that you enjoyed the full 10 minutes of that time painting. And yes, you do put the brush down and you do walk away. And it was success. And that's a hard thing for a lot of us with the perfectionist mindset. If it's not complete, then it's not success. But that was a real game changer when she had me ask why is that your success? How else could you think of success? And that whole putting those questions to me was like this, holy moly. Yeah, success is that I took that 10-minute break that I needed and I unplugged my brain from work and I did something that was helpful for my soul during that 10 minutes. And that was my success. And I'm putting Samantha to sleep. She's bored with this.
I'm not bored. Those are good points. I'm sorry. It's been a long couple days.
She's sitting down. She's usually standing. I think it might be
I
hurting
know.
her.
I am sitting down. It does. I'm very fidgety and this is hard.
I should have put you on the exercise ball.
Oh God. I don't
Yeah. Then
Concrete floor and an exercise ball. Yeah, that'll work well.
I want to share one other of my tricks because I can't remember if I shared it in the last episode or not, but I've been doing this time around, and it is putting on focus music. Not music that's got me up dancing. That's for exercise time. But there are actual playlists on Spotify, on Apple Music. They have actual playlists that are focus. It says focus or work or, they're different ones. I put those on now. It's actually one of my task boxes that I check on my daily 12-week yearbook. I put focus music on every day, and it cancels out the cars driving by for me to go, oh, is that the mailman? Oh, is that Nick? I don't
do that a million times,
so
right?
many times.
Right? Who's there? I don't do that when I've got my music on because that's not what I'm hearing or seeing. I've got this nice music going and I'm just focused on what I'm working on.
Well,
So that would be
when we're there, right?
There
Shut
we
on
go.
the focus music on. You'll see us coming up
Perfect.
the door there. Yeah.
We also don't know any of the gossip in the neighborhood anymore because she's not watching the neighbors.
I know.
I'm not.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. So I used to do that when I was in college and stuff and doing coursework. I would put on elevator cafe type music that just you're not going to start singing along to it or whatever, but it's there. It's tranquil. It's not going to put you to sleep, but it's good. And it's funny because I was dog sitting the other day and that dog has got some major anxiety and they now have a special playlist for him. And every time you leave, you turn it on. Well, there was a thunderstorm while I was there. So I turned it on while I was there. I'm like, oh, let's distract him any way I can. And I think it was even better. I got a lot done. It was a nice
hour and a half of your week, wasn't it?
I have not tried this yet.
It's
Yeah.
amazing what it does. And if you want to take it to the next level, put it on your noise canceling headphones, and that takes it to the next level. But I can't always do that because I'm editing video and I have to be able to hear the sound. But if I'm just listening or something along those ways, then I can actually put it through my noise canceling headphones, and it even takes out more distraction around me.
She'll wear headphones for that. Okay.
She'll wear headphones for that, but not
good
for
to know.
recording. Okay.
No, not the recording.
I don't have
Sorry.
noise canceling headphones.
I
You know
was
what? I'm not
trying
going to
to
buy
do
it until I have the perfect pair. I need the right color, the right, yes. I'm going to get it to match.
How does every episode wind up being Bash Molly episode? I don't know.
Anyway,
Anyway,
we'll have to do an apology reseller reflection after last week's episode.
I did watch it. I'm waiting for round 2 now. Anyway, my last, because this is a long episode and I'm the one that has to edit it all. So we're going to wrap this baby up. My last advice, and then I'll see if y'all have anything to add to it, is, and we shared a second time a reel of Samantha doing this. Get ready. Get up in the morning and get ready like you're going to work, whether that's the simplicity of putting your shoes on, which is something I do every morning now and it's made a difference, or going through the full thing of showering and doing your makeup, whatever takes you. And it's different for everybody. Like if you're typically on the weekends in your pajamas all day long, then getting ready could be getting up and putting on workout clothes, put your hair in a ponytail, wash your face, and head to work. Whatever it is that takes that extra step that makes you feel like you're getting ready to do something productive. So mine is the simplicity of getting out of my pajamas, washing my face, brushing my teeth, putting some kind of clothes on, and putting my shoes on. My shoes are the big thing.
Putting some kind of clothes on.
Well, I mean, I'm out of my pajamas. Today I have on a skirt. See?
Yep, we saw.
Tomorrow might be workout clothes. I don't know, but some kind of clothing other than pajamas. So
and go to consignmentchats.com, join our Patreon, and then you could do it all before 8:50 a.m. Eastern, because we kind of like put a limit on it. Like that's like our way of like, okay, got to be ready, got to have X, Y, and Z done before Motivation in Minutes every weekday morning. So that helps too. We'll help you time block whether you realize it or not. We will time block your schedule for you because we have meetings that you need to come to.
I can say we'd still be upstairs chatting if it wasn't for Motivation in Minutes this morning.
Absolutely.
Like
third cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'd probably be walking around your yard. I don't know.
Oh yeah. It's nice out.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, y'all. I feel like, I don't know, refreshing all these has got me ready for the day. I need to get away from y'all because I got a lot to get done today, and I need to quit chatting with you ladies and get her done. Because you guys come tomorrow and I got a lot of work to do, but I got to make us nail appointments. There's just so much on my to-do list that
I have to take Samantha out for Old Forge Pizza. So she's getting the full experience. Yep. Full experience. Yep.
Lots to do. I hope Jane's going with you.
No, not today.
Oh, not today. Okay. Have you seen Jane yet, Samantha?
I have not met Jane.
She'll be out. She's at the pool.
All right. She's got to do the pool, ladies. Anyway. I hope that we gave you lots of good workable suggestions. You find what works for you, because as you hear the three of us, we all do things differently, but they all have the same end goal in mind and work well for our individual learning and working processes. So I hope we helped you. Ladies, until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. You don't have a good there for me. Cheers.
Thank you for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we grow your reselling business. For all things Consignment Chats, visit us at consignmentchats.com and join our free private communities on Facebook and/or Patreon.